call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. You call me a god. Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, gotta fill up.
Okay, what is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Juggernaut Show. I'm your host, Juggernaut097, and today I'm here to do today I'm here to talk about Ring of Honor Final Battle 2024. Now, it's been a while since I reviewed a Ring of Honor pay-per-view. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I usually don't stay caught up with the weekly content of Ring of Honor. But usually these pay-per-views are pretty much good to great. Like I never really seen like these ones that Tony Khan has been doing. I never really seen a bad Ring of Honor show. Like sometimes like they tend to surprise me. Like I go in like with little to no expectation. Like I said, because like the weekly TV shows, like it's okay. It could be better. Like like I said, I don't really watch it a whole lot. You know, I kind of wish they had a TV deal, but usually their pay-per-views do pretty good. It's a Ring of Honor Final Battle. It was held in the Hammerstein Ballroom, the legendary Hammerstein Ballroom. There's been a lot of Ring of Honor shows at the Hammerstein Ballroom. It's been a lot. Yeah, so the show was held on Friday, December 20th, 2024. Like I said, from the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York. And you know, I thought it was a good show. You know, there wasn't anything that was like too crazy. I don't think it was the best Final Battle ever, but there was some pretty good stuff. I mean, the one match that really got me hooked into this, you know, to watching the show was Billie Starkz and Athena for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. That's what really got me into wanting to check out this show. Also, we have Matt Cardona on here. He was going up against Chris Jericho for the Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, say what you will about Chris Jericho. What else do we have? We had a pretty good Survival of the Fittest. That was fun on here. There was just a lot. There was a lot of interesting things that came out on the show, and there was some quite a bit of surprises on the show that I was not expecting. Like I said, I went into like no expectation with the show, and I liked it. Like I said, was it the best Final Battle? No, but it's not the worst either. It's like it's an okay show. I'll say it's okay for what it is. So let's go ahead and get started with this review. So the first match that kicked off the night, and we're not going to talk about the 0 hour because I don't care about the 0 hour. So first match that kicked off the night, we had Atlantis Jr. going up against Mansoor, and in the corner of Mansoor we had Mason Madden. This was definitely an interesting way to kick off this show. And so Mansoor and Mason Madden, they've been doing stuff on Collision, and they've been doing stuff on Rampage. They've been doing a little bit of stuff on Dynamite as well. But yeah, you definitely could see stuff that they were doing, and they're called the MXM Collection. And he was going some Mansoor was going up against Atlantis Jr. He's this Lucha Libre, as you guys can see right there. Also, I like the graphics that they had going on for the show. It had like this comic book type feel. And I think it says approved by the Learning Tree. Hold on, let me put that in full screen really quick. Yeah, it says approved by the Learning Tree. So I think that's funny right there. But yeah, Atlantis Jr. and Mansoor. The match got started out like really slow. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, they were trying to do some like amateur type of wrestling. They were, I don't know. It just what they were doing at the beginning of the match wasn't all that great. Also, Mansoor, he was very, playing up to the crowd a lot. He was definitely showboating a lot. Definitely like, posing, doing a lot of his poses, and so was Mason. Yeah, he was definitely doing that stuff as well. He definitely got involved as well. No, this was definitely the greatest match when Danhausen got involved. Danhausen came from under the ring because Mason was getting involved. He kind of like tripped up Atlantis Jr. They were doing a little bit of cheating there. And it's coming from out from under the ring. We had the return of Danhausen. Very nice, very evil Danhausen. And the crowd erupted for Danhausen. This is when the match started picking up really good. There was some, pretty nice spots in this match. Like towards the end of this match, it was fun. When Danhausen came out, like I said, the crowd erupted for that. There were some pretty nice catapults that happened to the outside of the ring. But in the end, Atlantis Jr. did end up getting the victory. He hit a frog splash off the top rope to take out Mansoor. And Atlantis Jr. was a winner of the first match. And then after the match, we had Mason. He got involved. He gave Atlantis a headbutt. But then Danhausen got in the ring. And then he pointed at Mason and cursed him. Gave him a German suplex. And that's how we opened up the show here on the regular card. I was not expecting to see Danhausen, but also he put the teeth in the mouth of Danhausen. I mean, sorry, Mason. Sorry. Yeah, but that was cool seeing Danhausen. This makes this match the best match tonight. Just for seeing Danhausen. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it was awesome seeing Danhausen here. I'm a big fan of him. A lot of people are a big fan of him. I just love his character, but yeah, we will go on to the next match, which we had was Katsuyori Shibata going up against the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington. Definitely, you saw a lot of similarities with with Tommy Billington to the original Dynamite Kid. Definitely you saw, like I said, quite a bit of similarities. This match was really short, to be honest. Like, it only got like 9 minutes or so. The fans are really behind Katsuyori Shibata. They were really showing him a lot of respect here. They're showing Katsuyori Shibata a lot of respect. Nice technical style type of match. Katsuyori Shibata he's a really good wrestler in the ring. But Katsuyori Shibata ends up winning by putting a sleeper onto Tommy Billington, and out goes Tommy. Like I said, you can see a lot of the similarities. You can see like when he does his clotheslines, or when he does his that headbutt off the top rope. I don't really know a whole lot of stuff about Tommy Billington, but definitely gonna have to look into him a lot more. But overall, I mean, I thought it was an alright match. Nothing too crazy here. Very underrated match on this card here, but hey, I mean, it was fun for what it was. And we'll go on to the next match, which we had was QT Marshall going up against Jay Lethal. So this match has quite a bit of layers to it. So back in 2012, the QT Marshall, he was going to be a big thing in Ring of Honor. And I'm pretty sure that that injury that I had against Jay Lethal was supposed to, I think it was at the Hammerstein Ballroom, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so QT Marshall, he gets injured there, and it puts him out on the sideline for quite a long time, because they were trying to make QT Marshall a big thing in Ring of Honor back in 2012. So there's a lot of stuff to this, feud, and then so QT Marshall, he came out in this whole Macho Man type of getup, dressing like Macho Man. Also, Jay Lethal, he came out as the ooh yeah black machismo. That was pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, he came out with Sanjay Dutt and sensational Karen, Karen Jarrett. You know, looking like the sensational Sherry. Um, yeah, this was definitely a fun match. There was a surprise in the match, which we saw. Well, was it Aaron Solo? I can't remember. Someone was going after Karen Jarrett, or sensational Karen. Someone was going after her. I believe it was Aaron Solo. Go down in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, someone was going after sensational Karen, and then we had Jeff Jarrett come out, and Riccaboni, he was marking out like, "Oh, this is the first time Jeff Jarrett has ever been um in a Ring of Honor ring before." Which, I mean, that's pretty cool. Which is quite surprising to think about. This is the first time Jeff Jarrett's ever been in ROH. We had that thing, that whole thing between Ring of Honor and TNA, especially around the time when they had those pay-per-view the whole thing going on with pay-per-views and all that. So you had that whole like rivalry going on between ROH and TNA. But yeah, this is pretty cool here, QT Marshall, he ends up smashing the guitar over Aaron Solo in the match here. Yeah, there was just a lot of fun stuff here in this match. I really enjoyed it. Jay Lethal ends up winning. He does a lethal injection, and then he goes up to the top rope and he does the Macho Man elbow. But yeah, this was definitely a fun match here. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, there's definitely a lot of layers to this feud when you look at it. Like looking at it on card, you like, yeah, this is gonna be an okay match. But and it's cool to see Jay Lethal back in Ring of Honor because he was a great Ring of Honor World Champion. Like it was around 2014, 2015. Yeah, that those are some good times with Jay Lethal. But yeah, fun match. Really enjoyed it. And then the next match we had was the ROH Women's World Television title on the line. We had Red Velvet defending the title against Layla Hirsch. And I'm going to say, to be honest, this was the weakest match on this card. I'm not going to lie. This was the weakest thing on this card. I really wasn't paying attention to this match a whole lot. Red Velvet did end up retaining her title. She was cheating to retain her title. She ends up like bringing a part of the turnbuckle from like under the ring, the thing that puts like the post to the turnbuckle, and like you kind of like twist it on. It's like a big long metal piece. So she ends up bringing that. The referee sees it, takes it away, and then she ends up having a big old wrench, hits it over the face of Layla Hirsch, and then the referee didn't see that, and Red Velvet ends up retaining her television championship. Yeah, I was, like I said, the weakest thing on this card here. Was not a fan of this at all. Um, yeah, I don't really have much else to say about this. All right, and then the next match we have was the ROH Pure Challenge or Pure Championship Open Challenge. Lee Moriarty was defending his Pure Championship. Now, who's the man who answered the challenge? It was none other than the one and only Nigel McGuinness. Made his return to the Ring of Honor ring. I was not expecting this at all, to see Nigel McGuinness here. The crowd was erupting for this. This was awesome here. And Nigel McGuinness, he's one of the best ROH pure champions. I mean, he made that title really significant. So he comes out, he has some words with He has some words with what's his name? I'm trying to figure out his name out. Mm, oh gosh, what is his name? His name is blank in my mind right now. Give me 1 second. So, Nigel McGuinness, he has some words with Shane Taylor here. Basically, he calls Shane Taylor a pussy and all that by like all the hair in his mouth and like made, they were saying a lot of nasty things to each other, a lot of hurtful things to each other, which was pretty funny. Shane Taylor and Nigel McGuinness. But Nigel McGuinness said, "Hey," he said, "I want this to be old school rules of the pure title." So basically, he sent because they didn't have any judges for the old school rules, so they sent Christopher Daniels, Rocky Romero, and Jerry Lynn to the back. Said they get a night off. They don't have to be the judges. So if you guys don't know what a pure rules match is, it's basically you get 3 rope breaks, and if you go to the ropes, then you get a rope break taken away. If you do a punch to the face, a close fist to the face, then you get another rope break taken away. Now, if you exhaust all your rope breaks, then you can be pinned or submitted under the ropes. This was a fun match here. I really enjoyed it. Also, Lee Moriarty, he's been growing on me a lot more. I've been liking what he's been doing with this title belt. But yeah, I mean Nigel McGuinness, he just knows how to exploit, people. He was great at making people use their rope breaks, like forcing them over to the ropes and making them use it. And that's what he was doing with Lee Moriarty here, which I was really enjoying that. Really nice counters here between both men. Also Shane Taylor, because there was one point in the match where Nigel McGuinness said that Lee Moriarty punched him in the face, so I took away a couple of Lee Moriarty's rope breaks. So Shane Taylor asked for another referee to come out, so he got Paul Turner to come out. So they had 2 referees out by ringside to make the match more even, which was cool and all. Because Nigel McGuinness does like to cheat sometimes. He's very very smart in the ring. But like I said, very very good match here. Nigel McGuinness, he looks great in the ring here. He ended up hitting the one point where he hit the London. Oh, what is this? What's that movie does? In the ropes. I mean, or in the corner. The London's Tower London or something like that. I don't exactly remember what it's called. But yeah, it was a good match. Like I said, both guys. It was cool when they both didn't have rope breaks left. It is called. What's that move called? Oh yeah, the move is called the Tower of London. Yeah, it was cool that he Nigel McGuinness pulled out of that. You also saw the Border City stretch pulled out a lot from Lee Moriarty. Both guys are very smart about using their rope breaks as well. But once they both didn't have any rope breaks left, it was like really cool because you're like, oh, how are they going to end up kicking out? So I thought that was really good there because there were some points where they put their foot on the rope, but it wouldn't count because they were out of rope breaks. But Lee Moriarty ends up retaining. He had on the border city stretch. Yeah, Nigel McGuinness is on his way to the ropes, but Lee Moriarty pushes off for like some leverage, and Nigel McGuinness taps out. And after the match, they show each other, nice respect. They both handshake each other's hand. Basically, if you're defeating one of the best pure champions, that's what we say something. that is really saying something there for Lee Moriarty to defeat one of the best pure champions. So yeah, so that was a really fun match. Really enjoyed it. Probably one of the best matches of the night. One of your better matches of the night. And then next match we had was the ROH World Tag Team titles on the line. We had the Sons of Texas going up against the Righteous. The Righteous is who's the Righteous? Vincent and I can't remember the big fat dude's name. That tells you how much I watch Ring of Honor television. Dutch, that's his name. Yeah, Vincent and Dutch going up against the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes, and Sammy Guevara. Yeah, so this was a bull rope match, a double bull rope match. So basically, like in the whole promos to lead up to this match, Dutch was saying how Dusty thought a whole bunch of Dutch. Thought he was going to be a big time star. Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it was. And then they had the original bull rope that got used on Dusty, that got smashed over the head of Dusty. That superstar Billy Graham used. But yeah, this match, it could have went either way. I mean, it was good for the most part, but this match could have been really good, or it could have went really bad, in my opinion. But yeah, this was pretty decent stuff here. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's pretty fair. Pretty okay. Okay bumps in this match. There was one point where the Righteous, they brought out a barbed wire table. Dutch ended up going into that at one point. And then also we have Vincent. He ended up cutting himself from the bull rope. So he was cheating in a way. So he didn't have to be tied. He didn't have to be tied down to a bull rope. There were some nice tag team maneuvers in this match. I thought it was fun. I definitely say this: the hype that Sammy Guevara that he used to have has definitely worn off. I mean, it's cool what he's doing with Dustin Rhodes. It's cool that he's a Ring of Honor tag team champion. Boop. I mean, Sammy Guevara, I mean, he really hasn't changed a whole lot. I mean, he's still a spot monkey. There was one point where he brought out a table, brought out a ladder. He tried doing a swanton through the table, but Vincent moves out of the way. Yeah, I mean, the Sons of Texas stand retaining their titles here. Saw some Canadian destroyers. You saw some nice spots in this match. But yeah, the Sons of Texas win. Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty good match. Like I said, you had some fairly nice spots. Where he had some like choking with the bull rope. He also has some nice spots where they were hitting each other with the cowbell. A lot of dominance from the Righteous, and then of course the faces came back here. But yeah, I mean, this was some okay stuff here. Not bad at all. So we'll move on to the next match, which we had was okay. This is probably the best match tonight. We had the ROH World TV title on the line, so it was in a survival of the fittest match. We had Willie Mack going up against Mark Davis, going up against Commander, going up against Brian Cage, going up against AR Fox, and Blake Christian. Now, last year's match was really good. Last year's match was amazing. I was wondering if this match can live up to the hype. Like I said, because last year's match was Kyle Fletcher. If you haven't seen that match, definitely go check it out after you watch my video, of course. But yeah, this match right here was awesome. If you guys don't know what a survival to fittest match is, it's basically an elimination match until you get the two people in the match, and then whoever is the last one standing wins a match. That's how this match goes. Commander, throughout the match, he was flying around a lot in the match. AR Fox, he was getting people. The crowd was really chanting for AR Fox on the match. Um, you saw a lot of crazy spots throughout this match. There was one point where Willie Mack, he started hitting a whole bunch of stunners on everybody. You get a stunner, you get a stunner, you get a stunner. He was stunning everybody. But suddenly that came to a stop when Brian Cage, he hit a discus lariat onto Willie Mack. So Willie Mack was the first one to lead the match. And then AR Fox, he was out, hitting planchas on everybody, diving on everybody outside the ring. Commander, he was also diving on a lot of people. There was one point where, you have everybody standing outside the ring, and then someone does a plancha, and like they all fall over. That cliche spot you see in wrestling a lot. Commander did that. But AR Fox was the second to go. Brian Cage hit a top rope power bomb onto AR Fox to eliminate him. And then so it came down to Mark Davis, Commander, Brian Cage, and Blake Christian. Now it was pretty cool seeing Mark Davis and Brian Cage go at it. They went back and forth a lot with each other. As Booker T likes to say, no bread, no water, just meat, and that's what this was here. This was this two big beefy men going at it. Mark Davis, he was hitting some nice pile drivers here. Brian Cage was the next to go. Mark Davis hit a pile driver on the Mark Cage. Mark Davis hit a pile driver on the Brian Cage. So the crowd erupted for that because they're like, hey, we are guaranteed a new TV champion here. So then it came down to Mark Davis and Commander and Blake Christian. Then Mark Davis was next to go. Blake Christian ends up low blowing Mark Davis and then rolling him up for the 1, 2, 3. So then was Commander and Blake Christian, and also Blake Christian. He was getting a lot of heat in this match. I don't really understand why. I mean, he does. Looking at him, he does look like a cocky heel. Like he doesn't really have a whole lot of character to him, but like his in-ring presence, his in-ring skills is like really good. He can move around really good in the ring. Yeah, I mean this was some fun stuff between Commander and Blake Christian, and also Commander. He was in the final. He was one of the final men in last year's survival of the fittest match between. It came down to Commander and Kyle Fletcher. So that's pretty cool here. But in the end, Commander ends up beating Blake Christian here. You saw the whole, walk across the ropes here. That was pretty cool. You saw him hit the big, shooting star press. And Commander ends up becoming the new ROH World Television Champion. Awesome match. I probably left out some spots that happened in the match, but this was like crazy. A lot of spots in this match. You definitely gotta go check this match out if you haven't already. Yeah, but Commander is your new television champion. He's been doing a lot of stuff, and he's been doing some pretty good stuff in the Gold League as well of the Continental Classic. But yeah, Commander is your new champion. Yeah, this is one of your better survival of the fittest matches. It's definitely not better than last year's match, but this is your better stuff of your survival of the fittest. Because there have been some bad survival of the fittest matches that happened in the past. But this was good here. I enjoyed it. So we'll move on to the next match, which we had our co-main event here. We had the ROH World title on the line. Chris Jericho, He's calling himself the King of New York. Chris Jericho, the ROH World Champion, going up against Matt Cardona. Now, Matt Cardona coming out looking, came out in like the Ghostbusters type of gear. Thought that was cool. I like his entrance coming out from the outside. And Jericho, Jericho's a great character and all. Like if you don't like Jericho that much, or what he's been doing in the ring as of late, this ain't gonna change your opinion on Chris Jericho here, because I gotta say his in-ring work did not look that good. He looked very lethargic, looked very bad in the ring. But I mean, his character does kind of make up for it, because like earlier in the night he was talking about like Juan Soto. Of course, how Juan Soto he's gonna be with the Mets, not with the Yankees. He's trying to be like, play up to his heel character, but I think it backfired on him a little bit, because a lot of people were Mets fans. They were saying, "Let's go Mets, let's go Mets." So it kind of backfired on Chris Jericho a little bit there. There was a lot of Mets fans in the crowd. Also the entrance that Jericho came out with, that was pretty cool. He came out to New York, New York, New York, New York. Came out to that song, and that was pretty cool. And we came out with those dancers. But I gotta say, one thing I didn't like about Jericho's entrance was the whole Statue of Liberty look. It's like, I just didn't like that at all. If he would let that out, the entrance would have been better. But yeah, Jericho, Matt Cardona. Yeah. I'm quite surprised, that it was Matt Cardona that they picked. I know he's been doing a lot of stuff with like GCW. They call him the king of the hardcore deathmatch king. That's what they've been calling Matt Cardona there in GCW. I think he's been like being like a commissioner over there in GCW. But I think if he would have had anybody else in the spot, I think it would have been the same situation. You have Matt Cardona's family out there. You had his dad out there. Jericho was getting the face of him, his dad and his parents. Like I said, the match, was, there's a lot more to be desired about this match. I didn't like the ending at all. Like, yeah, Brian Keith, and had Big Bill come out, basically help Matt Cardona. Basically help Jericho win. I don't know. This left a sour taste in my mouth. I did not like it. All the interference that happens, but hey, that's Jericho for you. Like I said, hey, he does not look very good in the ring. He just looks out of shape. Doesn't look that good. Not a very good match. I did not. It was okay. It was a lot better than the Red Velvet and Layla Hirsch match. But hey, Jericho, your opinion will not change with Jericho if you thought that he sucked during this whole year, because he has not looked that great. And I can't wait. And also, after the match, we had the return of Bandito, which this is the most one of the most forgettable things on this show, because Bandito, they've been doing some video packages for him on Dynamite, on Collision. But, Bandito, really? And Jericho's already beat Bandito once. I think that was back at Supercard of Honor back in April. I might go back and watch that, I think, because I never watched that show. But yeah, this match here, with Bandito coming out, so it looks like maybe we might be getting a match between Jericho and Bandito. I don't know who's going to take the title off of Jericho. And also, I want ROH eventually to get a TV deal, because I would definitely watch ROH more, and also cut down the time of Ring of Honor as well, the weekly television, make it an hour long, because it doesn't need to be, because you put, and Tony Khan has this problem with AEW as well. You just stack so many people on the card, and it's like, I don't care about it. I don't care about it a lot. There's stuff you put on the show that I just okay, yeah, I don't really care about it. And Tony Khan just does that with all the shows. He gives you quantity over quality, which is this terrible. I mean, he wants to give you your bang for your buck, but still. I mean, Jericho wins here, and I'm kind of going on to a rant, but yeah, Jericho wins. He's still the ROH World Champion. Man, yeah. Next match. Okay, this is the reason why I really wanted to watch the show because this for this main event here, we had the ROH Women's World Title on the line. We had Athena defending the title against Billie Starkz, Space Jesus Billie Starkz. A rematch from last year's Final Battle. And that's really saying something. If you're going to give these, like, both these girls the same match, the same main event from last year, that's really saying something. Because, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But hey, doing this here, it worked. It really worked. And also, I like the whole face paint that Athena had going. She kind of like had like a two-face thing going on because she brought Billie Starkz like under her wing, and then Billie Starkz, she's been screwing up time after time, and Athena, she was just done with it. Tired of Billie Starkz screwing up, and this is kind of going the same as last year's Final Battle. Kind of brought. That's when Athena started bringing Billie Starkz under her wing, like having her be our mentor, or being the student, and then Athena being the teacher to Billie Starkz. But yeah, I mean this was good stuff here. Both of them had like really good chemistry. Also, you had the parents, you had the mother of Billie Starkz there. Well, she looks really young. Like man, like Billie Starkz is like in her 20s, and like that looks like a really young mother there because like she looks really young in my opinion. But yeah, this was definitely good stuff here. Both women have great chemistry in the ring together. Um, I like the ending. How you had like the whole, the middle turnbuckle pulled off. Also, Lexi Nair, she got involved. She brought a microphone into play. She gave it to Athena, and I like how they set up how Athena set up the O face at the end there. To hit her finisher onto Billie Starkz, and then 1, 2, 3, still the ROH Women's Champion is Athena, which I was completely surprised that they let Athena retain twice. I thought for surely they're going to have Billie Starkz win the ROH Women's title, but no. Athena retains her ROH World title. Like what? I was really surprised about that. But that's how Ring of Honor Final Battle ended. Overall, I thought, like I said, it was a good show. Definitely, it was a good show to check out. Like I said, if you haven't checked it out, definitely the match to check out was a survival defense match. Check out the main event here. Also, that match was fun. Also, check out the pure rules match between Nigel McGuinness and Lee Moriarty. That was a fun match. Overall, I mean, was this the best Final Battle? No. Definitely, you had some weak spots on this card here. Kind of the weakest pay per view that Tony Khan has put on for ROH since buying Ring of Honor. Like I said, it wasn't the worst ROH show I ever seen. But yeah, that was my review for ROH Final Battle 2024. If this is your first time ever checking out my channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell to be notified every time I make a new video. So go follow me on all my social media platforms. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at the True JSB. You can see right down there. And you guys can go down in the description below to go follow on all the other channels down there. Definitely do that. Also, hit that like button. That really helped me out a whole lot. Help out my videos in the algorithm. The more you like, the more my videos get noticed out there more. So definitely do that. I'm on the road to 1K subscribers, so let's get me there. But yeah, that was my Ring of Honor review. Definitely, this is a show I wouldn't recommend. Has a lot of replay value, but there's some matches I would actually go back and watch. I wouldn't say, hey, you'll go out of your way to watch this pay per view, but hey, it was fine for what it was. But yeah, that was my review, and I will see you guys in my next video, whenever that may be. So, peace out, guys.